Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm really excited about this topic. This is an incredible topic. We are talking about how to have a tough conversation. Those uncomfortable ones that you put off for ages and you don't bring up because you don't want to cause drama or fight or conflict, but eventually it happens anyway because it's inevitable and it's gonna pop up. It's how to handle those more effectively and more efficiently with the right energy, and how to handle any of the challenges that come along with those conversations. So this is a pretty interesting one, and this is going to add a lot of value to you because it has completely changed my life, my relationship with my partner, my relationship with my employees, my managers, my trainers, my friends, my family, absolutely everyone. This skill is incredible, and the cost to get this skill today from you, I'm doing a special deal for anyone watching this video. It only costs you 1 like. Just right now, it takes 5 seconds, actually less than that. Let's do it together with 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Video has been liked. We're ready to rock and roll. I do thank you on a serious note. For anyone that did just like the video, thank you so much. It helps out heaps. I put a lot of energy and effort into these videos. Without further ado, let's get into it, guys. This is how to have an open, honest, tough conversation. First things first, guys, you have to learn how to regulate your emotions, okay? That is step number 1. Regulate emotions. What does that mean? When you're hyped up and you're breathing too fast and you've got all this energy tensed up and stress and all that pressure inside you, it causes you to be in a different state of mind, and it's going to determine and dictate what decisions you make and what things that you say and how you handle conversation. So what does that mean? You need to breathe. The rule that I use when it comes to this: 6 seconds in, 6 seconds hold, 6 seconds out. I'm going to do one for you to demonstrate. Do this with me if you please. And when I breathe, you breathe into your stomach, into your diaphragm. So if you're breathing and you're feeling your chest come up, that's not right. You want to breathe so your stomach comes up, okay? So you're breathing deep into that diaphragm. So let's do it. This is a version of how to slow down and how to breathe and how to regulate your emotions. So you breathe in through your nose, you go. Hold. And out. If you do that with me just then, I know you feel different because it slows everything down. The nervous system, your energy, your emotions, everything gets balanced and regulated, and it just slows everything down. It's why meditation is such a popular thing and something that I recommend to everyone to do, to calm the mind, calm the emotions, calm everything down so you can speak and be balanced about your actions and your words and your decisions. Now, what we just did, do that at least 6 times over, okay? So 6 sets of 6, okay? 6 in, 6 hold, 6 out, times 6, okay? Step number 2. This is a rule for the conversation in general. It is intent over technique. What do I mean? It doesn't matter what you say, it matters why you're saying it. Because if you can look at someone in the eye and say, look, I'm saying this because I love you and I want you to be better and I care about you, people are gonna feel that. Have you ever experienced a salesman or saleswoman who's just trying to sell you to make a commission, and you can tell, you can feel that, because people will feel you before they hear you. So make sure your intent is pure. So if you're having a tough conversation, whether that be with an employee, your partner, your friends, your family, whoever it is, just make sure your intent is right. You set an intent before that conversation so that person can feel what you're saying, and then you don't have to worry about too much about what you say, because how you say it will come across so much more genuine and they can tell that you care about them. So make sure your intent is pure and the intent is great, because the intent is more important than the technique of what you say. Number 3, leave your ego at the door and speak from your heart. It's kind of a combination of what I just said, of the breathing and the intent, but make sure you leave your ego at the door. I will do a video on the ego and what it is and what I mean by that. but just leave it all at the door, leave all the other problems, all the other issues, or everything else you got going on, all your challenges or issues or things you want to say to this person, attack with this person, just leave that away, breathe, leave it at the door, come in, you're there to serve, have a great intent about you, and speak from your heart. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Whatever that person needs to hear, say it to them. Say it from your heart with a good intent, with the good emotions, because you've regulated yourself, and things will come across better than you think. There will be definitely some tears and some tough conversations. I've had plenty of them. Myself personally having a lot of tears, and the people that I have them with. That's a normal thing, because when you're having those tough conversations, that's a reason why they're called tough and open, because they need to happen. Because the consequence of not having these conversations when they happen, when they need to be had, they catastrophically get worse. Like, it's when you've got a problem with your partner and you don't bring it up straight away and you let that go on for days, weeks, months and years, and you never bring that up. If you were to bring that up at the start when it first happened, with the right intent, with the right emotions, with the right energy behind it, you could take care of that problem straight away and not let it build up and bottle up and pressure up until it gets so worse in the future. So make sure you do it as soon as it happens. Kill the monster while it's small before it's big enough to kill you. So make sure you take care of that little problem while it's a little problem right away, so it doesn't build up until something that's too big to handle, okay? So take care of that problem as soon as it pops up. Fourth and final step, make sure you debrief afterwards, and you only debrief if it's required, because I'm gonna be honest, my first couple tough conversations didn't go the way I planned it. Whenever you learn a new skill, you're never perfect at it straight away. So if you need to, if the conversation does get a little bit out of hand, which it will at the start as you learn how to have these chats, over time you don't really need to do this fourth step, but definitely at the start you'll need to do this, is just debrief it. It's like in the heat of the conversation, you might say something, you might snap, you might bring something up, you'll say something nasty, or you might get the wrong message across, or you might not say the thing that you wanted to say because of emotions and because of whatever happens. Just make sure you debrief it. So in a later time when the emotions are away and everything's all settled and everything's okay, just have a debrief and just say, hey look, how did you think that conversation went? So a debrief goes like this. This is the steps of a debrief. What was your outcome of that conversation? Was it achieved? Yes or no? And then what do we need to do to either improve it for next time, or what did we do so well so we know what works? So if needed, debrief that conversation at a later point when the emotions are settled and the emotions aren't as heated as they were when you had the conversation. So those are the steps, guys, to have an open conversation. They're quite simple, but they're very powerful. If you can really learn to breathe and regulate properly, breathe into your diaphragm, into your stomach instead of your chest, really manage your intent of that conversation, go into that conversation with a positive intent that you're there to serve and you're there to help and to achieve a positive outcome of that conversation, because they're gonna feel that the way that you speak. You're gonna leave your ego at the door and you're gonna speak from your heart and just be honest and transparent about the situation, and then debrief it afterwards. If you do that, guys, you'll get better at it. You'll screw up the first couple, as we always do, but if you just lead with that, you will take care of those problems while they're little before they blow up too big and become big challenges. Hope this helped, guys. If you got any value out of it, if you could smash that like button if you haven't already, if you could share it with a friend. I love helping people help others. Imagine if you sent this to one person and it completely changed their life and they got so much value out of it. You could be that person to help someone else. So if you could send it to someone that you think might get some value out of it, that would be awesome. If you want to connect with me, hit me up on Instagram, Facebook. My handle is Lewis Huckstep, just my full name. I hope you got some value out of this. I'll chat to you guys soon.